That will require smaller manufacturing machines or generators of hydrogen.
For the time being, our smallest electrolyzer is about the size of an American fridge.
The water comes in, it will be regular drinking quality tap water. Then the purification takes place inside the cabinet, then it's put inside the PEM cell, because there you need ultra-high purity water. Then the water is split into hydrogen and oxygen.
And the hydrogen gas goes directly into your car. It's almost as simple as watering flowers. So hydrogen may be the fuel of the future, but it feels as if we've been idling too long, wondering if they'll ever build the road. Once again, the Norwegians have done it. It's called Hynor, the Hydrogen Highway of Norway, a project intended to create both cars and infrastructure for a hydrogen society.
To address the chicken and egg problem of not having the fueling station, hence not having the vehicles.
And if it succeeds, perhaps eventually we won't be driving on the M25, but on the H25.
Bensin I dag, hydrogen I morgen. It means petrol today, hydrogen tomorrow.
When it comes to hydrogen, there's a lot of technical challenges, both related to infrastructure, getting the fueling stations, getting the distribution of hydrogen, getting the cars to be very safe but also affordable.
So have they taken matters into their own hands?
We are actually going to convert a series of 15 cars. We will take the petrol system out of it, put in hydrogen, and then we will have hydrogen with internal combustion engine.
And they're also developing 5 different hydrogen fueling stations along the Hynor. The Hynor will wrap around the south of Norway, stretching nearly 400 miles from Oslo to Stavanger. 400 miles, that's the distance between London and Edinburgh.
It's going to be right here.
This is Ulf. He's excited about Hynor, and you should be glad he is, because he is making the future better.
Our objective is that in 2009 you should be able to drive a hydrogen-fueled vehicle all the way from Oslo in the east to Stavanger in the west.
What if that compact electrolysis machine could sit in the middle of nowhere and be charged completely by solar power, offering hydrogen fuel on demand 24/7?
Solar electrolysis is possible.
The sun makes the electricity, the water makes the hydrogen powers your car, the car makes more water, a very efficient use of natural resources. But what's the next step? How about cars powered directly by the sun?
This is Momentum, one of the fastest solar cars in the world.
For the student, solar car is the ultimate experience.
Ever since the industrial age, people have looked for ways to power cars without using consumable energy sources, and this is probably one of the closest anyone has come to fulfilling that dream.
Why not use the single most powerful energy source in the solar system to charge the cars in our driveways? They can soak up energy and then move us from place to place, with no emissions, for free. It takes around 3,000 solar cells to do it, and whilst it can't cart a family of 4 around, it goes pretty quickly considering it's all free. Driving the University of Michigan's solar car is lonely.
It's only a one-person vehicle, so all the human contact you have while driving this is through the earpiece.
It is also exhausting.
It took all my energy and strength every day.
But it's comfortable.
You're always in a lying down position.
Though a little warm.
It gets extremely hot inside, up to about 120, 130 degrees.
And it only averages about 45 miles per hour.
For the Australian race, I believe is a bit higher, around 48, 50 miles an hour.
On power harnessed for free.
Every one of these sections of cells is pretty much like a giant battery. So when the sun hits it, it'll create a big charge across the battery.
How big a charge?
When you spread it out over the entire surface of the car, you get about the same amount of power as a hairdryer.
Not a lot of current, but the energy goes from the sun to the cells right to the motor.
So what that means is there are no gears and no chains on this car. That saves us a tremendous amount of power and efficiency.
At about right now, 12 noon, the sun's putting out about 1,000 watts per square meter. For a car of this size, that means this car can harness at 100% efficiency 8 horsepower for the vehicle's planned form.
8 horsepower. Most cars use about 300 horsepower at peak.
However, Momentum with only 2 kilowatts of power, which is about 2 horsepower, is able to go 63 miles an hour.
There is something to be said for solar efficiency. But how soon will we see a more practical side of the sun's power to propel our cars? Well, surprisingly, it's right now. At the recent Paris Motor Show, Venturi revealed a surprise. Gildo and his team have created Eclectic, a car that will take 3 people at city speeds.
It's limited to 50 kilometers per hour. It's the first car in the world not to need extra energy, which is able to produce energy.
The company will make 200 Eclectics to use right now.
It's not anymore a consumer car. It's a car of where the owner is a producer. Is producing its own energy to be able to go to one point to another.
Eclectic has its limitations. It wouldn't be practical on the motorways or in Alaskan winters. But at the Paris Motor Show, the response was tremendous.
The press is really crazy about our product. And it's really those new ideas that we are developing, because we believe that we do not have to wait 30 years to present things that people can use right away.
Harnessing the sun. What could possibly be more ingenious?
The future of fuel. Take a deep breath. It's air.
A car that runs on air.